Hey, this is Tony Purcell, the relationship expert, creating powerful marriages through personal empowerment. And today I want to ask the question, what would you do if you knew you were going to die? I was asking myself this question yesterday because I know somebody who has cancer. And there was a time when they were doing some tests and they thought if the cancer had spread to a certain point, they knew that it was going to be within a year that he was going to pass away. And I thought to myself, what would I say to him if that was true? Like if he found out and he knew that within a year he was going to die, what would I say to someone? And then I started to ask myself, what would I say to myself? What would I do if I knew that I had a certain day that was in the near future that I was going to die? And as I asked myself that question, the first thing that came to mind was that I was going to share more of what I know. And so I'm going to start with that today. I'm going to start to share more of some of the stuff that I've learned about life and about relationships. I need to get it out there to more people. And so I'm going to start by talking about this timeline of life. And so as you see here, I've got a little line drawn. Just imagine that this line just goes on forever and ever and ever in that direction, and it goes on forever and ever and ever in that direction. And if we draw a little line right here, and then another little line right here, let's imagine that this line represents our birth, and this line represents our death. But this entire timeline going in both directions, never stopping, represents our actual spirit life. See, we've been alive for millions upon millions, an infinite amount of time, and we are going to continue to live. This small little part right here is our earth life that we are currently experiencing. And a term that I love to describe this is earth school. We're here to learn some extremely important lessons. And we have such a very, very short time period to learn those in. We cannot learn the lessons that we need to learn by sitting idly by and letting life happen to us. We need to start consciously taking control of our lives and learning the lessons that we're here to learn. So I'm going to teach you the very first lesson of life, and that is that we all start and we're in an asleep state. And we're just there and we're sleeping, and what that means is we're asleep to the fact that we came from here and that we're going here. We come to this earth and we think that we're just a physical body and that we were born a certain day and we're going to die a certain day, and all that is just a myth. None of it's really true. And so we're totally asleep to the fact that we're here for a greater purpose, that we're here on this earth school to learn some eternally important lessons. And so the second step is that we wake up. But we're still asleep, so we wake up and our eyes are open, and so we wake up, we're no longer asleep, but we're still laying down. We haven't done anything. And we all of a sudden recognize, holy smokes, life is about so much more than just going to work every day or going to school every day and getting the bills paid. All these things that we occupy all of our time with, life is so much more. And so the third step is that we need to arise to who we are. And those are just the first three steps. See, once we get to this point, we can begin to learn the lessons that we came here to this earth school to learn, but we have to go through this process first. And then again, once we've gone through this, we must recognize that we cannot let life just pass us by. We need to be active in our own lives, actively creating, learning, and growing, and learning the lessons that we're supposed to learn while we're here. And so I'm going to invite you to do three things. Number one, I'm going to invite you to go up above this video and click subscribe, because this is just lesson one, and I promise I'm going to share a lot with you. Part of this earth school is that we're here to teach and to learn from each other. So I promise you, if you keep coming back, that you will continue to learn things no matter what level you're currently at. There are things for you to learn here because that's the whole purpose. We're supposed to be learning from each other. So if you're not on YouTube, just click on the YouTube button below. It'll take you to YouTube. Click on the subscribe button. The second thing is I want you to ask yourself the same question. If you knew that you were going to die, just say give yourself a month. If you knew that you had 1 month to live, what would you do with your time? What would you go out and what would you do? As you think of that and ask yourself that question, go below the video and just write in the comments what it is, what you would do with your life right now. And then the third thing, which is the most important, the third thing is that you need to go and do that thing. You cannot let life just pass you by. You need to start actively living in your life today. There is no power in saying, I will do it someday. There is only power in the now. So ask yourself that question, write it down in the comments below, and then go and do that thing. And remember to make sure and keep coming back for these videos. I will keep sharing with you some very, very powerful content. Until then, I'll see you next time.